Hello.
Oh, there you go.
Hello. Sorry. Okay. Hemostasis. Tell me what it is. That's correct, you bunch of chrome bombs. Stoppage of bleeding. Hemostasis is the stoppage of bleeding. I was born a mean girl, and then I had 3 older sisters. Lord, hell, I had no choice but to be mean. Last semester, my grand niece, the sister closest to me, she lives up in like close to Decatur. I told y'all I was gonna quit with the stories. Dang it. Anyway, she took anatomy and physiology online through Calhoun. My sister, her grandmother, and they both said, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. Well, you know, when you're 18, 19, you know everything, right? Don't you know everything? So she took it online. Had to drop it, withdraw. So she drove an hour down here the next semester to take 202 with me. And so she went over and told Barry, my sister, yeah, Bitsy said, you know, y'all made her mean. It's like, well, they did. Okay. 3 types, 3 mechanisms for hemostasis, okay? We've already looked at the first, blood vessel spasm. What does the word spasm make you think of? Muscles, you got it, okay? So, remember when we talked about serotonin, and what does, it's an enzyme, or we think, what does serotonin make your muscles do? Contract. So that means it gets smaller, okay? So it's trying to slow down the bleeding. Now, that just makes sense to me, okay? And the second type you're going to see, it's super interesting. On this part, I want you to put sticky and the word damn without the N. And then down here, you're going to put intrinsic and extrinsic. Question. Of these 2, intrinsic and extrinsic, which one do you think happens inside the blood vessel? Oh, you're so smart. That's actually a test question. And I even bold-faced the word within. And if you miss that one, I'm sorry. I'm going to think you were, okay? I'm going to think you had a bad day. And that you're, never mind. Okay, so intrinsic, within. And this one you're going to see says something about outside the blood vessel, exposed to skin. So you're going to pick which? Extrinsic, because you know the exit, you're going to go outside. Look at words, and a lot of times they'll just talk to you. Okay? Perfect. So let's look at these. we've already covered really and truly the first one, okay? It's going to, when there's a break in the small vessel, if it is exposed, it's going to cause the enzyme serotonin to be released, and the muscle will contract, okay? Good. This next one I think is cool. It's called platelet plug. And what happens if the blood vessel is damaged and the blood is exposed to collagen? So collagen, we're talking skin, okay? There's a break and it's exposed to skin which has collagen in it, then it makes the platelets sticky and they start adhering to one another. And then they build up and then they eventually literally form a dam. So that is definitely going to slow blood flow, right? So a platelet plug, just remember sticky and the collagen, okay? Good. Now this one, we're gonna kind of get a little more in the weeds, and I want you to actually do a chart. First of all, I want you to know that blood coagulation is the most effective as far as the 3 types of hemostasis. And these are the 2 methods. Now, if you further your education a whole lot more and you are taking biochemistry or hematology, things like that, you can get so in the weeds with these clotting factors. Each type has a lot of clotting factors, okay? We're just going to stick to the basics for right now because I want you to just have a basic understanding. So eventually, both of these mechanisms form a blood clot. And what is the clot? Fibrin. So the end result for both of these mechanisms is the activation of fibrinogen, okay? So let's look at some things that I really want you to know. Not there. Okay. So here. I'll do kind of a little chart, and I want you to do, you can put I want you to put extrinsic, intrinsic. I want you to put either the word trigger or stimulates, either one. They're the same thing, so stimulates. So the stimulation, the trigger for extrinsic is damage to the vessel or tissue. So this is outside. Please know, extrinsic, something is happening outside the blood vessel. The blood is going to be exposed to outside features, skin, whatever's going on. For intrinsic, blood contacts a foreign surface. Okay, so this is foreign, but it is a bad guy inside your bloodstream. Okay? we're not going to worry about this line. For initiation, I want you to put like factor. This is what you must know. It is an exam question. For extrinsic clotting mechanism, the factor is thromboplastin. Thromboplastin. For intrinsic, it's Hagman factor. Also something that you must know with this, with both of them, calcium ion must be present. 4 major functions of calcium ion go. Number 1, blood clotting. So this is what you were talking about, okay? Blood clotting, bone development, neuromuscular, nervous system, neurotransmitter, and muscular activity. So this is one of what we were talking about with blood. And then, well, you don't need that. Here you can just put final event. And the final event is activating fibrinogen 2 fibrin. Has anybody seen, they used to have a billboard right going down Rainbow Drive when you would get on 759, saying, if you think stroke or a heart attack, get to the emergency room. Have anybody seen commercials like that, or you just know that? Okay, so they used to say, get to the emergency room and get there within 4 hours. And if you could, they would, has everybody got this? I need to switch slides. Show does look messy. Yeah, okay. So we saw the word, okay. TPA, you didn't see that, but this is an injection that if you are having a heart attack or possibly a stroke, if you can be injected with that within 4 hours, it can help dissolve the clot that may be forming. Now, here's what I want you to look at. This stands for tissue plasminogen. Okay. Okay. Let's get ready to connect some dots. So you see this word, and then let's look right here. Plasmin. Plasmin is an enzyme that you have in your body already. Plasmin will digest fibrin. So you already have an enzyme within your body that, if it is turned on, can dissolve the clot. Okay? So eventually your body will turn it on, but it will take time. So if you are in an emergent situation and you get to an ER, then the physician is going to say, whoa, let's get them some tissue plasminogen, okay? What do you think? We know that this means inactive, right? So what do you think this activates. Come on, tell me. Boom. It tells your body, hey, we're not messing around. I know you'll eventually get to it. I know you'll, dibble dabble some plasmin, but I'm telling you, we need it now. So it's going to activate your own body to start dissolving that clot. If a blood vessel has a clot, what is not getting to that surrounding tissue? Oxygen. What have we gotta have? Oxygen. My pinky toe loves oxygen. My uvula loves oxygen. If you've got a blood clot, you ain't getting any. I'll be right back. No. Oh, keep going. Oh, well, I'm on a roll. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I forgot you a big dog.
Don't know about that.
All right. So, do you see why the 4 hours might make you want to get on? Or a loved one? Hey, Mama, I think you might be having a stroke. I am not. I'm young. You're going to say, Mama, Dr. D said, If it's even possible, you might need to go to the emergency room. Come on, Mama. Let's go. You know what she's going to do afterwards? Hug your neck and cook your favorite meal. Okay? This stuff, y'all, this makes so much sense. Don't you feel so smart? Let's all go work in the ER this weekend. We can save lives. Look at that, Tiara. Okay. Let's build more. I'll be finished at 3, Dr. Griffey. Maybe you did more. Maybe you just heard me.
Other way.
Could that be possible? I'm so glad. Let's build on some more words, okay? Thrombus. A thrombus is an abnormal blood clot. Are there times we want a blood clot? Yeah, if your arm's in the backyard. But normally we don't. So a thrombus, we're going to call an abnormal blood clot. That can be bad, but let me tell you what can be worse. An embolus. An embolus is a piece of that clot that has broken off and it's on the move. Okay? It's on the move. So you need to know these two terms. Embolus is a blood clot that is moving through your bloodstream. What if it decides to take a break and rest and block, say, the pulmonary vein or artery? Oh. Okay. All right, good. Good, y'all. Couple more. So a thrombosis, remember osis means condition of. So a thrombosis is a blood clot in a vessel supplying a vital organ. They picture brain and heart to be vital. Yeah, I kind of like those too. Okay? So if you have a blood clot in your brain, that's called an aneurysm or a stroke. If you have a blood clot in your heart, that's going to be called anybody. Okay, so let's look at these terms. Everybody knows or has heard of a heart attack. You unfortunately may have a loved one that has had one. Has anybody heard it referred to as an MI? What that is a myocardial infarction. My with the combining vowel O means what?
Muscle.
Muscle. What muscle?
Heart.
Heart. Okay. So we're talking about your heart. Okay. Let's see what infarction is. Death of tissue. O. You can actually have a mild heart attack. And what that is in one of your smaller vessels of the heart, you have a blood clot. And that area in your heart will die. Next week, when we get more into the heart, you're going to learn about something called the widowmaker. It is a blood vessel that if blockage occurs there, it is so important giving blood supply to both ventricles that if that is blocked, you will immediately die. People that immediately, y'all have to forgive, immediately drop dead from a massive heart attack, most of the time, that's what it is. Even if they were in, a doctor's office, they're not going to survive. Okay, so that's coming forward. One more thing here. Atherosclerosis. Now in 201, we talked about multiple sclerosis. Who remembers what the sclerosis, the sclera, meant? Scarring, okay? With multiple sclerosis, you have scarring along the myelin on the axon, okay? So sclerosis means buildup and scarring. Athero literally means fatty porridge. Porridge is like oatmeal or cream of wheat to Southerners. I think Northerners and the Three Little Bears and Goldilocks have porridge. I don't know who else eats porridge. But so fatty. This is a normal artery. That is the lumen in a normal artery. Whoa, that's just as smooth as silk, isn't it? Oh, look at that one. They have ribeye steaks every Saturday night. That is fatty deposits in your blood vessels. You don't want that. Okay? Good. A couple of more things that we need to get to, and then we'll stop and look at exams if you'd like. For the first little bit, while I am introducing this, every time you see this word antigen, oh, I messed up. Antibody generating. Does everybody see the word antigen in there? So that's where this word antigen came from. An antigen is a molecule that evokes, initiates, stimulates an immune response. Okay? An antigen is an antibody generating substance, something, okay? So, yay! What's an antibody? An antibody is a protein that is specific to targeting, let's see, you were the sweet looking that I'd already seen, but recognized that you were a bad guy. Okay. The second time I see you, honey, those antibodies, they're gonna be everywhere. Cause I am going to get rid of you because you are trying to make me sick. Okay? I don't care how cute you are, trying to make me sick. All right? So, antibodies. So, antigens are markers on your cells that are like waving a flag and saying, hey, come on, antibody, something's going on here. Okay? Agglutination simply means clumping. Clumping. What do you want your blood to do? Flow freely, no clumping allowed, okay? So let's take a look. Carly, do you know your blood type? Who knows their blood type? Okay, what is it?
Positive.
Okay, did you hear what Grace said? She said O, and then she said a positive. Anybody else know? A, and then she said positive. Okay, we routinely, if anybody asks me, I'm going to say A positive, okay? We routinely actually combine two blood typing, okay? There is the ABO blood group. That was the first part of what we said. And then you're going to see in a minute, there's the RH, positive or negative. That's the second half, okay? But they're actually two separate blood typing categories that we, of course, combine, okay? You must know this. This table, you must know, okay? So, if you don't mind, I'm visual, so I'm going to this one. Okay, so, Tiara, you were A positive, right? Okay, so Tiara, look at your cute little erythrocyte. You see those orange little Tootsie Pops on there? Mm-hmm. Yeah. You got Tootsie Pops on there, same for one of yours. They're cute. I hope you like flavor orange, okay? Evan, I don't know, but I'm going to say that you are B positive. Will you just play along? Okay. Okay, Evan, you got cute little erythrocytes too, but you got arrows, and they're green. Hope you like green, okay? Whoa. Y'all remember my sister Beverly? The goofy with the, all right. She has type AB blood. Look at her. She's got all kind of little lollipops and arrows. Those lollipops and arrows are antigens. Antigen A, antigen B. All right? Now, what is an antigen? Antibody generating substance. Tiara, your A lollipops call in anti-B antibodies. The opposite. Evan, if you were B, your antibody generating green arrows would call in antibody A. Beverly, nobody's coming to help her, okay? And now here's Grace. Look at Grace. Boring. Grace, you're boring. Okay? You don't have anything. You just got a plain old ordinary erythrocyte. Oh, poor me. Well, look who comes to you. You get both. Okay? What is an antigen? It is an antibody generating substance. When your erythrocyte is floating around in your bloodstream, it is evoking, it is stimulating antibodies. B for A for B, both for O. Beverly, none. So remember, if you could just remember this part, that the type and the antigen will be the same. And then the antibody will be the opposite. Okay? The O you can think of as a 0. It didn't have any markers. And AB had both. This does not have to be hard as long as you understand what an antigen is and what an antibody is. An antibody is part of your immune system. It's what is the function of leukocytes? Protect you. What do B cell lymphocytes produce? Antibodies to protect you. If you have to have blood, do you want blood that's going to clump? No, you can die from a improper blood transfusion. Okay? Y'all, okay. So, terms that you will hear: universal donor, universal recipient. Grace, I hope you feel the love, sweetie, because you can give to everybody. All of us can have graces, okay? Who's the universal recipient? Beverly. She can have anybody's blood, okay? Type O, because it does not have antigens, can donate to everybody, okay? And Beverly can have anybody's blood, okay? Good. So let's look at the RH positive, RH negative. This was back in, I'm going to say, and I could be making this up, the 1950s. They were doing research on rhesus monkeys. That's a species of monkeys. And because of that, we adopted the RH. That's where that term comes from. I'm not going to ask you that, but I'll just say you might want to know. So there's another antigen possibility, and it is antigen D. And you either have it or you don't. Bless you. RH positive means that you have antigen D. Tara, did you say you were A positive? So you have orange lollipops, and you also have antigen D, and I don't know what it looks like. Okay? You still don't know. We make stuff up about you. And you, Grace, you were positive, weren't you? So you have antigen D. So 85% of the population is RH positive. Okay? Let me tell you when you run into issues, and you may know someone that this has happened to. If you are mama, okay, if you as a mother are RH negative and your father of the baby is RH positive, positive is dominant, negative is recessive. So both parents have to be negative for the baby to be negative. If one or the other is positive, then the baby will be positive. Okay. So mama is Rh negative, no antigen D. Baby is Rh positive, so has antigen D. You'll learn, if you don't know, chapter 23, the maternal blood and the fetal blood don't mix. During the entire pregnancy, they do not mix. Something called the placenta separates it, and the baby gets oxygen through the mother's blood. Okay, that's why their lungs are undeveloped and everything, because they're getting oxygen not by breathing, not by their lungs, but by their mother's blood. But during childbirth, I'm sorry to make you a little squeamish if you hadn't had a baby yet, but there's a lot of blood going on here, okay? And so once that happens, the mother, her blood becomes synthesized. So that means she will evoke the antibody, okay? So the next time mama gets pregnant, she thinks the fetus is trying to harm her. And an immune response will be elicited. And the mama's body will literally try, this is sad, will try to destroy the fetus. Here's the good news. Scientists, physicians, a lot of research, they have developed it's called RhoGAM injection, that it used to be given, like when people my age were pregnant, it would be given after the first birth, okay? Then they thought, well, why do we wait? Why don't we go on and give the Rh negative mother the RhoGAM shot so that she never becomes synthesized? Well, that makes sense. I think of every time I do this lecture, I think, what about all those pioneer women going out west in the wagon train, and they were pregnant, and if they had this, they just knew that the baby died. They didn't know, what was going on. But that's actually what happens. Now, I'm sorry, keep going. Now, this is called erythroblastosis fetalis, or, this one makes more sense to me, hemolytic, remember, heme, splice, so hemolytic disease of the newborn. Y'all, that's interesting stuff to know. And it's logical. I mean, when you put all the words together, it's logical. Now, I'm going to go ahead and quit because apparently the dean needs me. And if you want to see your exam, you may do so. If you're not interested, you feel okay about it, then I will say to you, have a great weekend, and don't forget to do your bonus, and please look at all of this. Look at all of this before Tuesday, several times, because you know me, I love to pile on. I love to pile on.
Does the bottom half of that slide apply to not being on
Does the bottom half do what?
Does it apply to not?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what it is.
Yeah, that,